what up, y'all? It's Drunken in the Sun with Joe and Tom. We're drunk. We're under the sun. Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about, especially in our day and age, I know I don't give them our age out too much, but in our day and age, I remember getting up every Saturday morning, and then fucking in Saturday mornings, you didn't have to be at school, but I always woke up early to catch up the Saturday morning lineup.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, and that was when I was a kid. You know, from when I was 5, because I can remember the earliest I can remember is 5 to till now.
Yeah.
You know? There is no Saturday morning cartoons anymore.
I know why though. And I didn't think of this up until now. It's not because of the judge shows.
But the judge shows is the reason they don't have cartoons in the afternoons.
Well,
was that and cable.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Cable. Everything has its own network now. So they're not going to put it on somebody else's network. They're going to play it on their own. So it kind of killed Saturday morning cartoons and, cartoons in the evening.
It sucked. Because Saturday morning cartoons were the shit. Mm-hmm. Because Saturday mornings had the best cartoons.
The X-Men,
Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man was one of those ones, give or take. Like I like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But like there was times I'm like, what the fuck are they doing here? Because like I wasn't a big
hands.
Yeah. It was Carnage too. He did the same shit too. And then fucking I didn't really when Spider-Man got turned into fucking. He was actual spider, like, rah! Yeah, doing that shit. I'm like, come on, guys. But then I learned, because I was in comics back then.
Yeah.
But then you find out they did it in the comics. Like, fuck this. Spider-Man. No, but because you had the black suit.
Yeah,
you remember
that.
I know, but you remember like we were always like so ready because in the intro with Spider-Man, it showed Venom at the end of the intro.
Oh yeah,
but there was never a Venom.
Right.
You had Eddie Brock,
about that,
and we were always like, when the fuck are they bringing Venom into this?
Yeah.
And then they finally did over like a 3-part series, wasn't it? So they fucking had it, and then once they fucking had it in there, that's when they brought Carnage and all that shit.
I think Carnage was on the way when they were on the way out. Because I don't think he was on there very long.
No, Carnage had his own episode because they got rid of the Venom symbiote, but then it came back to Eddie Brock somehow, and then that's when they had the Carnage episodes. Like, Carnage had his own separate episodes. I think he was like a 2-parter too.
Yeah, but
the Eddie Brock's, the black suit was like a 3 or 4-parter.
Yeah.
Might have been a 4-parter because they had a couple, Spider-Man had the suit first, and then showed his transformation, and then he got rid of the suit, and
Eddie Brock.
But it was like fucking it was an event. We're like, yes, finally!
He's Venom.
He's fucking Venom, yes! And it was pretty cool episodes,
Oh, yeah. I think I'm the same way with you with Spider-Man and X-Men.
And another one I remember watching, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was about dinosaurs that were in space, and they crash landed on a fucking planet or something, and they were like, they had good guy dinosaurs and bad guy dinosaurs, but they were like humanoid dinosaurs.
Okay.
And they had guns and weapons and all this shit. I don't remember what it was called, but I'd have to look it up on the internet. But it was badass. I remember watching that when it was out.
Yeah, when you brought that up, I thought you were going for Marshall Bravestar.
Now that one I remember too.
That one was awesome.
Marshall Bravestar was the shit because he was fucking native and he had all those powers.
Yeah, it had those powers and his horse was like a robot. So could like get up and shoot a gun.
Yeah. It was tight. What did he call that horse?
I don't remember what the horse's name was.
I don't remember either.
I know my brother had him and the horse.
As the toys?
As the toys, and I had the bad guy.
We're not talking about the toys.
I know, but I had both of those.
Because I had the horse too, but I had the horse. That was it. I didn't have any other Marshall.
What all the powers did he have?
He had the sight of an eagle, the strength of a bear, the speed of a puma.
I don't know.
There was like 2 more because he had like 5. Something of a wolf. The hearing of a wolf, I think.
The
hearing of a wolf, or maybe the smell of a wolf, or the cunning of a wolf,
or something.
It might have been cunning of a wolf.
We'd have to look it up.
I'd have to look it up. And there was something else, but it was tight. But that was a pretty good.
That was a really good one. I really liked that.
I liked it a lot. As you can tell, I liked it because I remember those fucking.
I know. Yeah.
And his bad guy was badass too. Yeah. They rode like fucking mechanical fucking animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like flying through there.
That doesn't. It seems so. The concept seems so badass that I don't. But I don't.
Why haven't they made a movie about it?
That, or why wasn't it on longer? Because I don't feel like it was on very long.
I don't think it was. It probably only lasted 1 season.
Yeah.
But it was cool as fuck to us.
I know. We need to revisit it, see if it's still good, or if it's like He-Man and shit.
I don't know. I still liked He-Man.
I watched an episode and I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, because it was just good guy, bad guy, and like what was stupid was the way they sounded. Like the biggest thing to me when I watch an old episode is the way He-Man and everyone sounded. Because like, hey guys, let's go over here. Now we get the power of Grayskull. You know what I mean? Like that's how he sounds. Like, hey guys, remember me?
I mean, he was as bad as Superman though, because he looked exactly the same in the original. All he did was take his clothes off to become He-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. But I loved it.
Yeah.
What does that say about me? Get down in your Speedos. The furry Speedos. Yeah.
He-Man.
He-Man. He is a He-Man.
But they did a reboot later, and he was like scrawny and like
he was a kid.
Yeah.
And that reboot was badass.
Yeah, it was.
I liked it a lot.
I didn't catch a lot of the episodes, but I was pretty impressed with it.
Now, what's gonna be dope as fuck is the Kevin Smith fucking He-Man coming out.
That's right. I remember that.
That's coming out.
Yeah. When it's going to Netflix, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Netflix got it.
And that's wild because I saw him when he posted. I was like, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, that is really wild.
He-Man was my shit.
I can't remember I can remember them on TV, but I can't remember.
They were syndicated because they came out when we were really young.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching them though when I was 5 or 6 still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I think they got syndicated. Yeah, but for like reruns, they had reruns for a little bit, probably for a little bit. Because I remember actually watching He-Man on TV.
Yeah, I remember watching He-Man on TV.
But I was really young.
Yeah. And I can't remember like the plots or anything, or like I like this episode. I just remember being on TV.
Yeah, I remember certain situations. In our day and age, I remember when I was coming home from school and watching a series of cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Like that was after fucking school.
Yeah.
That was the thing I did, was watch cartoons after school.
Oh,
and then I'd go play because cartoons ended at a certain time and it was whatever. And that's where Darkwing Duck was doing.
Yeah, it was during the week.
Yeah. That cartoon was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Darkwing Duck in this WCODW.
On Disney Plus.
I know. I've watched it.
I have too.
And then I fucking I got my daughter to watch it and she loved it.
Shit,
She's
cool.
like, yeah.
But you know what's funny about DuckTales and Darkwing Duck and stuff like that? Launchpad. He's on all of them.
He is on all of
them.
them.
He crosses over.
That's what combines their universes.
Exactly.
Because I remember they've had a couple of crossovers though.
They did. And
like on Tailspin, they had crossover with somebody.
Yeah, they had the one that turned into a robot duck on he had like a robot suit, kind of looked like RoboCop in the Duck World.
What? What?
On DuckTales.
I don't remember that at all.
I can't remember its name, but that guy crossed over to Darkwing Duck.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Darkwing fought him?
No, just the alter ego. I don't think he had his
suit.
His suit. But yeah, he crossed over a couple of different ways, I noticed too, and that's just crazy. I never thought of that. I was like, Launchpad was in the same thing.
Yeah. They had their own universe.
And yeah, I mean it's crazy though, because I didn't think of it back then, but Disney had the majority of the cartoons. They had Gummy Bears, DuckTales, like Tailspin,
Rescue Rangers.
They had all those. Yeah. And they're now all on Disney Plus, but those are the cartoons that were played during the week.
I thought it was cool.
And I always liked Tailspin.
Yeah, I like both of those.
Baloo.
Yeah. That's his name, Blue.
I know, I called him Balloon though.
Oh. He's big as a balloon.
Good old Balloon. But yeah, that was wild. I caught an episode of that when I got Disney Plus and some other things. Nice. But
yeah, I caught a lot of it, and I watched a couple of episodes of Tailspin. I watched it with my kid, and a lot of it. What's cool to me is she likes a lot that I like.
Yeah, so, I've noticed that too, because we introduced Ruby to like Gummy Bears, and she likes that.
I didn't show her that.
I like Gummy Bears.
I mean, to me back then I was just like, meh.
I know.
Even then I was like, meh.
I could see that.
It's whatever.
I could see that.
I was more into the action ones. So when Gummy Bears and shit like that was on, I'd watch if I was really bored.
I watched them all.
But 9 times out of 10 I didn't watch it. I was going outside.
I was lazy. I would watch all the cartoons. I don't care. I like them all.
Yeah, I didn't. Because I like the action ones.
Some of them played in the morning though, because I know Gummy Bears. I used to love watching Gummy Bears.
So, see, in the mornings.
And it was AM, I thought.
Yeah, I remember it being AM and PM though, because I remember it in PM.
I think you're right though.
a lot of cartoons in the mornings I watched. What ones I really...
Garfield was on in the morning.
Yeah, Garfield and Friends.
Yeah, Garfield and Friends, it was on in the morning.
Yeah, I'd only get to watch a few cartoons and I have to go.
Yeah.
And then James Bond Jr.
I
James Bond Jr.
Yeah,
that was on in the morning.
Yeah.
So James Bond Jr., what cracks me up about that cartoon,
Yeah.
if nobody's ever watched James Bond Jr., what cracks me up about that...
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
No, but they can look it up. And this is what's funny about James Bond Jr. You would think he was the son of James Bond, right? Because he's Junior.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Oh, he's not?
He's his nephew. And they call him James Bond Jr. It's like, what the fuck? But I used to watch that cartoon all the time.
James Bond, though?
Yeah, James Bond Jr.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I mean, he's his nephew, so maybe his dad is Bond.
Yeah.
Maybe his dad's Timmy Bond. You know?
Yeah.
Timmy Bond. You got a brother? Yes, his name is James. That son of a bitch. You know?
Oh, yeah. I forgot
James
about
walks
that
up.
one.
Yeah, James Bond Jr.
That was wild.
Planeteers, I think, was in the morning.
Well, was it Saturday morning, though?
I don't remember.
Captain Planet?
Yeah, Captain Planet.
He's a
Hero.
Gonna
take something down to zero.
Yeah, pollution down to
He's,
zero. I don't know the rest.
I don't know either.
I know the elements.
The elements was
Yeah.
fire, earth, wind and water.
Yeah. Go Planet!
Oh, there was Heart. Heart
Heart.
was another one.
Yeah, but that's not an element.
I know, but that was, they had it as an element. Because the smallest kid had it. Because he had heart.
Oh, shit.
They all were from different nationalities. I remember the cartoons I used to just watch faithfully. And like I said, I pretty much named most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other ones, there was probably obscure ones like that.
Yeah,
That I might have
now
caught
and then.
here and there.
Like,
Type shit, I'm just bored. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm watching something.
like Cowboys and Moon Mesa or something.
Yeah, that's one. Like I wasn't a big fan of that,
Yeah.
but I did watch it
Yeah.
from time to time. Like
Yeah.
I'd just sit there and it was on, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
All right,
that was
that's
one
not
that
bad.
switched from mornings to
was it?
afternoons too. And then you had the Sunday morning cartoons. You remember
Oh.
Sunday mornings?
No, I don't.
Because I used to watch Street Sharks on Sunday mornings. There's like this little
yeah,
block.
Yeah,
There's this
okay.
little block of cartoons that weren't good enough for Saturdays, and they weren't quite good enough for weekdays. So they put them on Sundays.
He's a cowboy. Yeah, we'll give you a shot.
And Cowboys and Moon Mesa was on there too, I remember. And then they went to a weekday slot and a Saturday slot, and then they were gone.
Yeah.
You know, you had your shot on everywhere.
Yeah.
Same with
Maybe
Street.
your chance.
Yeah, Street Sharks was the same way, because like I remember there was blocks on Sundays that when sports weren't on, it was something like that. Like there was no sports on on that day at this time. So this cartoon was on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Street Sharks was one of those ones. And I used to watch it, and I was like, this is fucking stupid, but I'm watching it anyways.
Is that the same type of slot that Biker Mice from Mars would be?
Probably, yes. Yes. And that was the same way. Biker Mice from Mars, I think they're made by the same fucking people.
Probably.
I think all three of these shows were made by the same fucking people.
I know, they're all like anamorphic people. They're their mouse or shark.
Yeah, because Cowboys, Moon Mesa, and the Biker Mice were just on those planets.
Yeah.
They were from different planets.
Yeah.
And then fucking the Street Sharks were like people who got turned into the shark.
Okay, so it's more Ninja Turtle-esque.
Yeah. But like more, science experiment shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we fucked this up. I'm a shark now.
We fucked it up.
A lot of things have come back, I looked up, but
But like, what has came back?
DuckTales.
DuckTales did?
Yeah, they did.
Seriously?
A couple 2017, I think. They rebooted DuckTales.
No way.
Yeah.
Was it stupid? Did you?
I didn't look it. I didn't watch it.
just looked
I
it
just
up?
saw it. I just saw it on the internet.
That's
and I was
hilarious.
like, 2017. I think it still might be going.
Oh, it might be.
Yeah, because
that was it.
It said
3 years ago.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
said 3 years, so I think it's still on. So I don't know.
It's terrible. Ninja
Oh, I
Turtles.
forgot. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That was my shit.
That
And that's a reiteration one that I've liked. My favorite reiteration in Ninja Turtles was the 2000s.
Oh
And dude, they had all these crazy storylines that were just bad as fuck. Like the Turtles went to this mystical place and learned all this mystical martial arts.
Oh, yeah?
And they got these mystical powers
Wild.
because of their spirits and all this shit, dude. It's
Huh.
bad as fuck. And like they fucking go into like Oobtrons and fucking Triceratrons come and invade Earth, and
Yeah.
it's bad as fuck, dude.
I-
And like there's like before that happens, they find out that, like, there's, besides the Foot Clan, there's this fucking, the Utrons who fucking are there too. And
there's the brain ones? Like
yeah,
Krang?
like Krang, yeah. So they're like protectors, and they got like bad sets of them and protector sets and shit. It's badass, dude. Like, it's pretty dope.
I caught some of it.
I liked it even better than the original.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's cool. Like I've only really watched the original. I've seen a couple episodes of maybe the newer stuff, but not a lot. And then another one that did a good reboot was Batman. With the Batman.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was really.
Did you see the ones where he did the team ups?
I didn't see the team ups.
No, it was after he brought Robin in. It was dope. Because that season when they brought Robin in was dope. Because that episode, it was like a 2-parter, 2 or 3-parter.
Yeah, I remember.
Where Robin got fucking, it showed his origin.
Yeah.
Showed Robin's origin. So fucking, you got to see it. It's pretty fucking fresh, man.
It was good. It was a good series, and I even liked what they changed about the villains. They made them.
Yeah, they made it a little different, but it was pretty cool.
It was cool, yeah.
It was just like their appearances and shit like that, mainly.
Well, yeah, in a way. You're right. Most of them were just appearances.
Yeah, like Joker, he can jump around and shit like that.
Yeah, that was about the only one that was really different, because since he's not.
Well, not really. They like Firefly looked pretty wild.
Oh, okay. Right.
And fucking, they had Bane look different.
Bane did look.
And I didn't like the way Bane looked when he turned into, because he got like a face in his mask. I'm like, what? Before that, it was just a plain black mask. It looked cooler. And then he gets pumped up in his venom, and he's like, I'm like, oh, come on.
Big old mouth and shit.
Yeah, and then they had like 2 or 3 Two-Faces on there.
I didn't know that.
They had, I think, like 2 of them. I knew they had 2 of them because they had the cop Two-Face, and then they had the actor Two-Face, which I knew well because of the Batman anime series that had the Two-Face.
Yeah.
Batman's villain. He was a fucking actor, and he got dumped in that fucking chemicals and shit. Yeah. And that's why he's Two-Face. Transformed and shit.
That's crazy. I don't remember that whole lot.
Gargoyles, dude. Gargoyles. What was one of the biggest things that drew you to it, besides their monsters?
Man, like, if I had to pick something besides their monsters, I guess it would be the stories.
Yeah.
Because the stories were awesome. They were very entertaining. I like the concept that. I mean, I have to say that, yes, I liked it because they were gargoyles. Yeah. Because that was cool.
Yeah. No, you have to say. But that's a gimme. That's one of those gimmies.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, other than that, like, I did like the villains. Xanatos was cool. Yeah. And the stories, they had great writing. Yeah. And watching it as a kid, I loved it. It was amazing.
I'm the same way. Like, that's why I loved them too, was the stories. Because you're right, all the villains were so intricate.
I think my favorite villain was Macbeth.
Macbeth?
I liked him a lot.
Yeah,
but didn't he flip-flop a little bit?
Yeah, he was like good 1 minute, he was bad 1 minute.
Yeah.
Good 1 minute. See, what was cool about Macbeth, he was tied to Demona.
Yeah.
So they couldn't kill Demona off where they killed the Macbeth. So Macbeth had to make sure that Demona doesn't die, so he don't die. Yeah. You know, it was
vice versa, basically. Yeah.
See, I don't know my favorite villains because they got so many good ones, and I like them all. Like Macbeth, I think is badass. And I like the Hunters. The Hunters, I thought was a badass story, and like they could easily do a 3-part movie of Gargoyles. Yeah. I mean, they could do more than 3, but 3 good ones, and it'd be badass. Like, and then they went to fucking when Goliath went to Avalon. Yeah. He found his daughter. Yeah. And then they found more gargoyles across the world. Yeah. Like in Japan and fucking I think Mexico there was some. South America, I know there was some. It was fucking badass.
It was very badass. It's probably one of my favorites. That's another one.
And the art. The art was another one that drew me, because the way they drew the art.
Oh, yeah.
Like the humans, the gargoyles, the castles, the landscape, the art was badass.
Yeah.
So the stories and the art, besides just, it's a cool concept, what's so badass is these gargoyles are taken at a time. Yes. They pretty much time travel.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute they're here and 14, like 12 AD, and then they wake in normal times. Yeah. It was back when they come out, probably 95 something.
Yeah, something like that.
So then they come to 95. So over a couple thousand years.
Yeah. That'd be a
huge culture shock, and they're looking around like, what the fuck? Planes are flying now. Yeah. There's cars. Cars. They're like, what is this? Like, relax, Goliath. It's just a car. He's like pounding cars. Like, this is a beast. It's boom. It's like Goliath. It's not gonna be bad. He sees someone's motorcycle. He picks it up and starts eating it. The dog one does. Was it Bronx?
Yeah. Yeah, they all got New York names.
They all had New York names.
Well, after they moved to New York.
Well, yeah, because they all did.
Yeah, because
you had Hudson, Broadway. What was the red one?
I don't know if Goliath
had his before.
His own name.
He did. He was the only one, because in the first episode they said, somebody mentioned it. One of the humans mentioned it. He's like, who wasn't from there or something. They're like, Goliath, because they were Scottish or Irish. He's like, Goliath. He's like, I'm the only one who has a name. And it's only because the humans gave him that name.
Humans. Okay,
the humans gave him that name.
Yeah.
And they, you know what I mean? Like, because they were living in the castle, in the area, protecting them. And the humans gave him the Goliath name. That was the only one who had one. Broadway, Hudson. Broadway is the big one.
Yeah.
Hudson was the old one.
Yes.
Bronx was the dog.
Yeah.
What was the red one and the green one? The green one that had the weird wings. He had like a glider wings.
Yeah, glider.
I mean, they all had glider wings. That's what they said it. That was another thing. Like, you saw their wings in the cartoon. They would say, we can't fly, we just glide. You know what I mean? They say that in the cartoon.
Huh. Yeah, I don't remember the red and the green ones anymore.
The fuck is the red one? See, the red one was my favorite one.
The red one was?
He was. I liked him more than Goliath. I just thought he looked cool,
Hudson.
and his attitude I liked. He was just like, I don't give a fuck attitude. You know what I mean? He's like, come on. He's like, the small one was always just like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, guys.
And the red one's like, it's gonna be okay. Let's go. I'm like, this guy's cool. I'm going with that red one all day long. I can't remember the fuck his name.
I can't either.
That's gonna drive me insane.
I thought I almost had the green one, but I don't.
Hudson, Broadway. What are some big time street names?
I'm gonna Google this shit so we know. But yeah, like, that was, like, I'm on board with what you said about the hunters. Hunters were amazing. Like, the villains in general were all
badass.
They were
the pack.
The pack.
The pack was badass, and then they had the upgrades.
Yeah.
The pack had upgrades. Broadway, Hudson, Bronx. It sounds like a B name. It's not Queens, is it?
Oh, no.
It's Queens. One's Harlem. Broadway.
Lexington.
Lexington's a red one.
I don't.
No, Lexington's a green one. Lexington's a green one. What's the red one?
I don't see a name for the red one.
Oh, what are you doing? There's no name?
I don't see the name.
Yeah, Lexington was a small one.
All right. Vinny?
Vinny?
No.
No fucking Vinny.
There's a Vinny, but it's probably not.
Probably a human.
I don't see it, dude.
Lexington? What the fuck, dude? Just, what are you typing in?
I don't see it.
All right. Well, on that note,
yeah,
we're gonna leave fucking Drunk on the Sun with Joe and Tom. We fucking hit the conclusion. We don't know the red fucking gargoyle's name, and that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
So if you know what it is, fucking like and subscribe and put it in the comment section, because
it's gotta be Vinny.
It's not Vinny. So check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. We're on everything. So check us out, y'all. Drunk on the Sun with Joe and Tom. Peace.
Yeah.